If you're Yungeen Ace, what are your options? No BS, man. Let's really before I play this wild video, try to identify what he can do at this point. You could drop down to your knees and pray. You could drop down to your knees and cry. You can cooperate. You can take your ass to Ibiza somewhere and try to hide out for the rest of your life. You could act like it ain't about nothing and just keep walking around doing what you do. And hey, whatever happens, happens. The chips fall how the chips fall type attitude. Or you could have a strike of luck given from God himself. That's the options for Yungeen Ace. Why do I say that? Day 4 of the Julio Foolio trial that's going on right now. Did y'all see it? How do they not catch a RICO?
You commit your job day to day to working up not only the information about the gangs in Jacksonville as a whole, but ATK.
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time I would tender the witness.
Okay, well, the witness has already been tendered. So the question that was left on the table was, what does ATK stand for? There was an objection, and I'm going to overrule the objection at this point.
I'm sorry, you said the witness has been tendered as an expert?
We don't tender as experts anymore. We just allow questions to go forward or not. And so after the voir dire regarding this witness's qualifications, I'm going to allow the question to be asked and answered. Okay? All right.
During your course of your time as a gang detective, did you develop information as it relates to what ATK stands for?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you had an opportunity to develop the potential members of that group in your time working up the ATK gang?
Yes.
As it relates to the term ATK, what does that stand for, if anything?
Based on my training experience, it stands for Ace's Top Killers.
And ACE's Top Killers, is there a meaning behind that? What does that mean, or what does that relate to?
The name Ace would be the face or the head of ATK. His rapper name is Yungeen Ace.
Why does he then become the head of that group?
Based on my experience, he's the most influential. He's got the most views as far as his music.
Are you familiar with the drill rap scene as it relates to each of these groups?
Yes, ma'am.
Speaking to you today specifically about ATK, 1200, and 6 Block, are all involved in the drill rap scene.
Yes, ma'am.
Is the scene something that you follow closely day to day?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are the music videos that are created by these groups posted?
They're posted on their social media accounts and YouTube.
What social media accounts are included in the accounts that are posted to?
Like you saying, like the name, like Instagram. They go on Instagram, and sometimes they go on X, which was formerly known as Twitter.
As it relates to ATK specifically, Ace's Top Killers with a face of Ace, is he the most influential or most followed person from that group?
Yes.
How is it that you're able to determine that he then becomes the most prominent member? What are you observing to make that determination?
It seems that based on the investigation was that everybody seems to follow him where he's at. There's usually a bunch of people. He has the most
Objection, not
followers.
speculation.
Overruled, go ahead.
He has the most followers on social media on his accounts, and he gets the most views on his videos on YouTube.
Now, multiple members from these groups post or have music careers, right?
Yes, ma'am.
How is it that you are able to determine a view count or a popularity count when you're looking at these YouTube videos or videos posted to YouTube?
On YouTube, when you watch the video, it'll tell you how many people have viewed it below the video.
And are those videos something open to the public and viewable to the public?
Yes, ma'am.
How about the social media profiles of the members of ATK?
Most of them are public. There are some of them who have private profiles, but for this right now, Ace's profile is public.
As it relates to 6 Block, do you do the same thing? Despite not being directly assigned to that group, are you following that group closely?
I do follow them, but not as close as other members of our unit.
Specifically, do you know who the members are?
I do, but not even as much as other people of our unit. If you are a drill rapper right now, you might as well just tell yourself somebody's investigating us? How do you still drill and post and rap this shit when you could just cut on a public trial video like this right now and say, look how these investigators are trailing and putting these indictments and these charges together, and they on our fucking ass just waiting their turn or waiting our turn to bring us in? Like, how do you not? It really is like all y'all is right there on our board, and we just don't want you yet. That's it. That's the only reason you're still outside.
6 block are.
Not all of them, but I could name off a few of them.
By a few, what's that number?
Maybe like 3 to 5.
Okay. And have you had an opportunity to meet with and discuss the developments that the person that is assigned to the 6 block group would have had in his investigations?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the name of that individual that's assigned to 6 block?
His name is Detective McCullough.
As it relates to 1200 and that group, who is assigned to 1200?
Detective Griffin.
Day to day when there are developments, so say that a crime is reported, do you all work independently or together in order to ascertain what the issues are currently between the groups?
We would work together.
In ultimately identifying the members of ATK as it relates to this case as, or the relevant members of this case, were you consulted by Detective Nieder in his creation of a chart?
Yes, myself, Detective Drabeck and I, and McCullough and Griffin all pitched in to make the chart.
Is it common that you all work together to develop cases, develop what's going on between the gangs with each other, et cetera?
Yes, ma'am. They intermingle a lot.
As it relates to what we've talked about as being ATK and 1200, what is the difference between those two groups?
One of them, ATK, is they're 2 separate gangs, but they associate with each other through music and just like having a common enemy.
Who is the common enemy of ATK and 1200?
It would be the groups on the north side. The prominent one over there would be 6 block.
And when you're talking about these groups, you're talking about them in areas. So you've told me out east and north side. Is that typically where their association or affiliation with these groups come from, is a location?
Generally, yes, ma'am, but you don't have to be from those parts of town to be a part of the gang.
You said that ATK and 1200 associate with each other. Have you personally, in your training, in your day-to-day work with these gangs, seen 1200 and ATK members on music videos together?
Yes, ma'am.
In social media posts together?
Yes, ma'am.
How about, you said both of those have a common enemy, which is 6 block?
Yes, ma'am.
When it relates to 6 block, are there individuals a part of 6 block that claim other groups?
Yes, ma'am.
What does that mean to be in 6 block but be associated to something else?
Everyone, go ahead.
6 block has subsets, which is they're documented as gangs, but they kind of like associate with each other. The subset would be like We All We Got. They call it WAWG, and then Bully Gang.
So those are other groups that are associated to 6 block.
Yes, ma'am.
Would those members from We All We Got or 6 block associate with each other? Would they be present in music videos together?
Yes.
Would they be on social media and pictures together?
Yes.
So despite being in separate groups or subsets, they are together at least enough to form a common enemy.
Yes.
And the enemy of 6 block, at least as it relates to this investigation, was whom?
It would be like 1200 and ATK.
When you were working as a member of the Jacksonville gang unit, were you notified about the potential for Charles Jones coming to Tampa for some kind of performance?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you familiar with an individual by the name of Charles Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
And how are you familiar?
They just say that he knew about him. Julio, Charles Jones is Julio, right? Even before he got there, like he was, they on y'all ass, B. They are on y'all ass.
With him?
I've dealt with him several times in person on my doing my daily duties.
Have you had contact with him before?
I have.
Have you seen his music videos over the years?
I have.
When
Did he just say he had contact with Julio Foolio before? Hold on, bring that shit back. Wait, what? What was that? What was that part?
I've dealt with him several times in person.
That was
I
who?
dated, like doing my
Potential for
What?
Charles Jones coming to Tampa for some kind of performance.
yes, ma'am.
Hold on, my bad, y'all. Who is Charles? Oh, is Julio? I think it is, right? Julio's real name, Charles Jones. It is, right? Am I tripping? I ain't tripping, right? Let me find this. Yeah, it is. Charles Jones is Julio Foolio. What is this detective talking about? What?
Are you familiar with an individual by the name of Charles Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
And how are you familiar with him?
Just dealing. I've dealt with him several times in person. I dated, like doing my daily duties.
Have you had
What?
contact with him before?
I have.
Have you seen his music videos over the years?
You know what his ops is about to do with that clip right there, right? All right, let's continue. Oh shit! What the fuck is that? All right, let's keep going.
When you were working in patrol, were you familiar with the beef that was going on between the two sides or between the two areas?
My knowledge of it is way more extensive now, but I had general knowledge of issues on the parts of towns. Yes, ma'am.
As you developed in the gang unit, did there become a prominent person or member in the 6 block group?
Yes,
And who was that?
Charles Jones.
As we've discussed in the ATK ACES Top Killers group, is that the same level of prominence that we now have with 6 block and Charles Jones?
Yes,
Does Mr. Jones also have that
established the
music
two
career that
heads.
we've discussed?
he does.
And is
The two
your
top guys.
position or your opinion based upon his position in 6 block based on what you've already indicated was the same for Ace
Yep.
or
Yes.
Yungeen Ace?
Yes,
The two top
Is
guys.
he the person in 6 block with essentially the most views?
he is.
And when videos or music videos were released by ATK, if we start there and talk about Yungeen Ace, were those videos that you personally and members of your unit would watch?
Yes, we would.
What is your process in viewing the drill raps or music videos that are released by each of these sides?
My process is I listen to it, the whole thing through. And then after that, I will break down the video. You can collect a lot of good evidence towards the gang in them as far as like hand signs and clothings and other stuff.
That
of
was weird.
nature.
I don't know.
And then
I don't
once
know.
I get through all of that breaking down, and then I break down the lyrics.
Do you work with the other members of your gang unit in order to accomplish the review?
This is what they doing to all you drill rappers. Hey, drill rappers out there, you hear him, right? You hear what the detective is up here saying? Listening to him? This is what's happening to all y'all behind the scenes. Keep rapping.
Break down the video. You can collect a lot of good evidence towards the gang in them as far as like hand signs and clothings and other stuff of that nature. And then once I get through all of that breaking down, and then I break down the lyrics.
Do you work with the other members of your gang unit in order to accomplish the review of these videos and discuss potential crimes surrounding them?
Yes, we do.
Is there any procedure in place where you also review crime reports to see if anything is related to what has been described in these drill raps?
Yeah, generally the drill raps, they come after the crime. So they'll talk about stuff that has already happened.
So at the time that you are watching these,
Hey, just take the latest drill song that comes out, whoever's investigating that drill group or that block or that clique, and say, what did he just rap? Hold on, let's check all the open crime reports and see if we got a match here. Ding. All right, put that to the side. I mean, I feel like we know this already, but to see the detective on the stand telling you motherfuckers, this is what we're doing. Somebody in the world right now is posting some shit, rapping some shit, writing some shit, putting something on their stories, talking about their ops or what they just did, or oh my God, like what else do y'all need?
drill raps on YouTube, for example, do you, when you're viewing it, just based on your day-to-day training and experience, your duties day-to-day, relate this video is related to X incident?
Yes.
Have you personally, whether now in your time with the gang unit or earlier before that, responded to the incidents of violence between ATK and 1200 and 6 block?
I have.
I'm showing you on the screen, if you can look over your shoulder there, what I've previously shown as 90A. Is this the person that you know to be Charles Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you alerted to an incident having occurred in Tampa in June of 2024, resulting in the death of Mr. Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
Prior to that incident, had you responded to calls for service related to Charles Jones or his potential injury?
I have.
Had you responded to calls for service related to the injury or homicide of members of the opposing gangs, ATK or 1200?
Yes, ma'am.
Before. Both sides.
Speaking specifically about your viewing of the music videos in these particular cases, did you have an opportunity to view the music videos put out by Yungeen Ace in advance of your coming to the unit?
I'm sorry, can you ask that?
Before you came to the gang unit, were you aware of these drill raps in Jacksonville?
I was, just based off of my time in the community problem response unit.
Since you're having come to become a detective in the gang unit, have you studied the videos that have been released, the music videos or drill raps released by Yungeen Ace?
I have.
Have you studied the music videos or drill raps released by Charles Jones?
I have.
Let's speak specifically about the evidence that you previously mentioned as the charts that were created by your unit. If you could look over your shoulder, please. Here, I'm showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 84C. Do you recognize that chart?
Queso up there.
Yes, ma'am.
Are some of the more prominent members of the ATK group depicted in this chart?
Yes.
As it relates to the members that you have discussed already, so Yungeen Ace, for example, can you show us where Yungeen Ace is in this chart?
He's on the first row, the top row, all the way to the left.
And in your time investigating ATK or studying the gang members associated with this group, did you come to learn the identities of the other people depicted here?
I have, yes.
Who is Quan or Trayvon Bullard?
Quan and Trayvon Bullard was a victim of a homicide in Jacksonville in 2018.
What about Royal Smith and Jacoby Grover?
Yes, ma'am. It was a triple homicide. They all were killed in the same incident.
Where did that homicide occur?
It occurred in Duval County at an area of town we call the Town Center.
And what relationship, if any, do they have to Yungeen Ace?
Yungeen Ace was the fourth victim in that case. He was shot as well. He did not die.
As it relates to the drill raps that you saw subsequent to that homicide and the shooting of Yungeen Ace, were there music videos put out by 6 Block which referenced that shooting?
There was.
Was there a nickname associated to Royale Smith in the middle photo there?
Yes, ma'am. His nickname was 23.
So just the number.
Yes, ma'am.
And as it relates to Gutta Zay or Isaiah Chance, did Isaiah Chance represent ATK?
He did. He is a member of ATK.
And did he have any associations or affiliations to other groups?
He had an association with 1200.
When we speak about your observations or your review of the social media profiles of each of these individuals, did you have an opportunity firsthand to review the social media posts by Isaiah Chance in his falling out with ATK?
I did. Yes, ma'am.
Was there a group for which Isaiah Chance begun relating himself after his fallout with ATK?
Are you asking what the post was?
No, what was the group that he then wanted to associate himself with or did post to associate himself
He then
with?
associated himself with 1200.
When talking specifically about Antonio Tilley depicted in this image, is Mr. Tilley alive or deceased?
Mr. Tilley is deceased.
And are you familiar with how that homicide came about?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you respond to that scene specifically yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
And was that homicide referred to in the drill raps?
Yes, it should be.
The homicide of Antonio Tilley, is Tilley mentioned in the drill raps between the groups? Excuse me.
He is. He's mentioned in them.
As it relates to the group 1200, did you have particularized knowledge about the group 1200 as well, just in your role as a gang unit detective?
I do.
And in showing you states 84B, this chart at 84B also fairly and accurately depict the members of the 1200 group.
Yes.
As it relates specifically to the top line, can you see that okay from where you are?
Yes, ma'am.
The nicknames that are depicted below the legal names of these individuals, how is it that you all are able to ascertain these nicknames?
That's their music
That's
name.
No, bro, go ahead.
That's their
No, it's
music
not
name.
hearsay.
Whenever they
heard
post
that.
stuff online, that's the name they use as like their artist or their stage name.
And so on the Instagram posts, for example, are they utilizing their nicknames or their legal names?
Nicknames.
What about as it relates to the YouTube videos? Do they use their music or street name or their legal names?
Nicknames.
So when viewing these videos, are you able to ascertain, despite not having the legal name of the person on these drill raps, are you able to ascertain who the parties are inside of them?
Yes.
Do you, when viewing these drill raps, recognize the individuals as you're watching them, even if they aren't labeled?
Yes.
Have you had an opportunity to review a music video as it relates to saying the words Spaz or Corbin?
Yes.
And is that frequently used in the drill raps by Six Block?
Yes.
Now, when a group says another group's member in their drill raps, is that intended to be a good thing or a nice thing to do?
If you're a part of one group and you say somebody else's name that's a part of the opposing group, it would be disrespectful.
And have you had an opportunity to view music videos from Wappa with the Choppa and Spin a Benz?
Yes, ma'am.
Specifically as it relates to their music videos with members of ATK, have they been documented as having videos together?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you think of a video that would be reflective of members of ATK and members of 1200 together?
The most popular one would be Who I Smoke.
And by most popular, are you referring back to what you've already advised were the YouTube views?
Yes, ma'am.
Lastly, as it relates to Six Block, can you confirm that it was determined in Stage 84A that Charles Jones was a member or active member of the gang Six Block?
Yes, he was.
And his associates, as depicted here on this chart, were you able to determine or recognize the individuals depicted?
Yes.
Were there individuals included on your Six Block summary as some of the bigger players with Six Block that are also deceased?
Yes, there's some that are deceased on there.
And referring specifically to the second photograph next to Mr. Jones, Bibby, is that an individual who is deceased?
Yes, he is.
Is that an individual who is frequently referenced in the drill raps from ATK and 1200?
He is.
In the photo depicted just below Bibby, who is Therese Powell?
Therese Poe is another Jacksonville artist who goes by the name of K Shorty.
And is he a Six Block member, affiliate? Tell me how it is that he's associated to Six Block.
Therese Poe would be a part of We All We Got, WAWG.
At some point, was he directly associated to Six Block?
Yes, WAWG is associated to Six Block.
Is that what you've described earlier as one of the subsets?
Yes.
And would he be frequently depicted in videos or images to social media with other members of Six Block as depicted here?
With some of the members, yes, but not all.
When we see in the photo that is on the second row and second one in, so Tiki Williams, is that someone who you're familiar with?
Yes.
Are you familiar with whether his name has been referenced by 1200 and ATK members in drill raps?
It has.
When you all are
Jesus.
East,
So if you're a member of either side and you see day 4 today's trial outcome with the detectives and gang specialists that have been investigating y'all clicks, what do? You keep drilling, huh? You keep talking this shit online? Or do you get the fuck out of Dodge? Obviously, a lot of this is related to establishing motive because who they're going at right now is this girl, Alicia, who is pretty much charged with like conspiracy, right? Conspiracy to murder. She wasn't a trigger puller there, but they got her up there as the first person. The other 4 suspects that's on the way and the trigger men, allegedly. If you're establishing all this history, all this, they brought up Spinner Benz and Wappa with the Chopper and Bibby, like the whole narrative and storyline and legacy of the beef over Bibby and Yungeen Ace touted and identified as the head, the top person. And the same thing as Julio Foolio, identifying them as ops. Yo, after you go through the trial of the shooters and the killers allegedly of Julio Foolio, like, I'd be very surprised if an indictment don't come down for these people. Like, how does Yungeen Ace avoid all of this? How? Well, I said in the intro what I think his options are. Last but not least, we will double back to that piece again. I had to double back and clarify that shit. You saw what we heard. Dude say multiple times prior to everything, he's been in touch with Julio. I don't know what that means, but you know his ops is going to run with that. Don't be surprised if by the time you look up by like tomorrow morning, you don't see headlines on social media of people calling him rest in peace, but they're going to run with that. The detective up here saying that they've been in touch multiple times prior. What? I don't know. I don't know. Hey, ATK. Hey, Yungeen Ace. Are you watching this shit? I'll see y'all 6 a.m. in the morning.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry Street Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
Without, I think still got a gun.